Hello, my name is Billy Powermax. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Cyberfrog, Blood Honey. The very controversial book of 2019 that some people didn't get till 2020. Look at this cover. This cover here. First off, whatever you say about Ethan Van Sciver, some of it may be deserving, some of it maybe not. This is a magnificent cover. This cover is awesome. If you say that this cover is not awesome, you're lying to yourself. This is a magnificent cover. The pencils, the ink, the coloring, all over. This is fantastic. Alright, enough of the Beethoven. Now, first off, in my opinion, this is the book of 2019. I know I'm going to get a lot of haters for that, automatically, off the bat. But this is the book of 2019, and not just because of the story. The story alone is okay. The story is not great. It's good. It ain't great. And granted, we haven't got the full story yet because we're waiting on volume 2, Wreck Planet. But if we're just talking about issue comic book alone, this is a great comic. And when you read it, when you go into it, and I'm going to get into what I'm talking about, this is not just a book that you read, the wording. You read the art. Look at this page here. The video right here is not going to do this page justice. There is a lot going on in this page. A lot. This right here is just something you have to look at. I had to stare at this for like minutes before turning the next page. You see the little ship coming off the planet. The colors are beautiful. The ink is beautiful. This tells a lot. You really don't need wording. He gives a lot of story right here about how the ship's coming, about who it is, about hope, and about the danger that's coming to Earth. But the artwork, you really don't even need the words to get the story of what's going on. And as you flip it, you get more. Look at that. This is really good artwork. He said that he put his heart and his soul into this book. And, regardless of what some people may think of the man, I believe him. I believe him when he says he put his heart and soul into this book. Look at that. I mean, you can stare at this for minutes before turning the next page. Really great book. And when I say that is because this is a character who's not been around since the 90s. This is his comeback book. Everybody likes a comeback story, right? I know I do. So, and like, here's one page right here that I really want to give it. Like, look at that. They're not drawing this. They're not drawing comics these days like that. And granted, I do like a lot of his work from Green Lantern and the DC era. I also love that she's wearing a Tool shirt because I'm a big fan of Tool. That's a Hilary Swain. Not Hilary Swank. Not Hilary Swank at all. Hilary Swain. Okay? I want to be clear. Hilary Swain. So, really good. And what happens is this invasion of killer bees is coming to Earth. And, Cyberfrog, who's been prepared for this his whole life, who was actually made for this purpose. Oh, Ethan Van Sciver put himself in the book. He's right here. That's pretty cool. There he is. But he has to fight him off. Well, I can't really look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. This is a good book. And a lot of people are shooting it and throwing it in a blender, and I understand their frustrations, and I understand why some of them don't like. Look at that. Look at that. This book is chunk full of action, which they don't do a whole lot in comics these days of that. This is a good book. It took a while for me to get it, and by the time I was kind of over it because I was waiting for it for a long time. I was, and then finally I kind of just got over it. It was like, yeah, it gets here, it don't, whatever. But when I got it and I opened it up and I started looking at it and I started reading it, I got sucked right back in. And I just love this cover. I find myself, as I was reading it, I had to go back to the cover and stare at it just a few more times. It's so good. Great cover. And I may do a more comprehensive review. This is my starter video for my channel. And I will probably talk a little bit more about Comicsgate. These guys are getting a lot of flack lately. A lot of the way these guys act. They act this way for a reason, the way they act. Because of they come from an industry where the cream don't always rise to the top. Because there's a very small top and a lot of cream. So, anytime you got something like that, there's a lot of games being played, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of hurt feelings. And a lot of people get done wrong when the top is so small and there's a lot of cream. And that's the reason a lot of the Comicsgate guys act the way they do. But what I would like to say to Ethan Van Sciver is, who cares what anyone says about you? Stop caring, stop making videos about people doing you wrong and saying this about you. Just keep putting out more books like this. Just keep putting out more books like this. Success is all you need. I mean, if you make another book like this and it sells as good as this one, why? I mean, who cares what anyone says about you? Let them talk. But this is my first video. I'm already going over time, and please join the channel. And I'm going to be doing a lot more reviews. I'm going to be doing a review of X-Men 7. I got the Gwen Stacy cover. Looks pretty. I don't know why I bought the Gwen Stacy cover. I just did. And Comic Book Day, maybe reviewing X-Men Fantastic Four. We'll see. And going to be doing action figure reviews, maybe some workout reviews. And this is another thing I'd like to say to the guys out there, about working out and stuff like this. If you're trying to pick up chicks, don't talk to chicks about comic books, okay? Just don't do it. Chicks don't like comic books. They just don't. So if you're going to talk to chicks, be like, when they ask you what you're doing, be like, I'm working on my tractor, and then you got to flip it. You got to flip that on them, because it's a numbers game. You got to be like, I'm working on my tractor. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on my tractor. And if you play your cards right, I might give you a ride on my tractor. See, that's how you got to do it. You don't talk to chicks about comic books. Leave that for your pals and your buddies and whatnot. But anyway, thank you. Subscribe, and more reviews coming on the way, and stuff like that.